Well, good morning, everybody. We are here at DVGRR. I'm Jordan, and we're with Dennis and sweet Ned. Ned is 1 year old, but his birthday's the very beginning of December, so he's coming up on 2. He's closer to 2 now. We got Ned from a breeder. His hips did not pass the OFA testing, so they didn't want to breed him and continue those problems in the bloodline. So he was surrendered to us, but I always tell him that I think he lucked out anyway, because now he gets to live in a nice home. And you can see Ned is just a real lover. He loves to sit right in front of you and look at you with his sweet little eyes. And he puts his paw up, and he really just wants to sit and be petted. Ned is good with other dogs. He is pretty timid, especially in new situations. He's pretty familiar, like, with our area and our staff at this point, so he is doing a lot better here. We don't really see a lot of that skittishness, but I think in a home, he'll definitely need a little bit of time to adjust and settle in, but as you can see, he really loves people, so I think with enough comforting presence and affirmation that he would settle nicely in a home. And let me show them. Look at your little face. He has this nice little line between his eyes. We call it a zipper, but it's so cute. So Ned, given his hip problems, we wanted to do x-rays on him just to be safe. As of right now, he is showing signs of, like, very, very early slight hip dysplasia. You can see he's a little bit nervous now. He's doing that nervous run, but so he's been showing the early signs of hip dysplasia. So all we've been doing really is just giving him, like, joint supplements and fish oil to keep him healthy. In the future, Ned could probably benefit from a joint diet, like a JM type food. He also maybe potentially, this is all maybe in the future, just so people can have an idea of what this might entail in terms of his care. He would probably benefit from, like, a physical therapy, maybe a water treadmill. He definitely would benefit from staying on the leaner side. Keeping weight off of him will be really important to keeping his bones strong. But yeah, it's mostly just, like, pain management if it were to arise in the future that he seems like he's in pain, but he's not a dog that we think would need, like, surgery at some point in his life or anything like that. They're not really that bad. They just didn't quite pass. And like I said, we wouldn't have even known there was any issues with his hips had we not been told that ahead of time. He doesn't, like, limp, or he still runs and does everything he wants to do. You would not be able to tell he had any problems unless you knew ahead of time. So that's the deal with Ned. And he loves food. He likes treats. He's a pretty mellow guy for 2 years old, surprisingly. He's really good in his kennel. He's just a sweet love bug. We all really like him here. So you're just a nice boy, right? So yeah, that's Ned. Ned will be 2 years old coming up, and he is a great boy. He does not need a mentor. Given that he is a little bit timid, I don't think it would hurt, but he is not one that we are saying he must go home with a mentor. He does walk okay on the leash. He is a little bit nervous about, like, new areas. I think he'd be a dog that would benefit from going on walks on the same path so he could be familiar with everything along the way. He does need a fence just because we think that when he gets to a new home, he probably will be pretty scared for a while, and it will take him some time to adjust. He is kind of one of those, like, more skittish dogs that when they are nervous, they'll just run really fast where they need to go. He'll run right back into his kennel really fast when we bring him inside. So he is a little bit flighty at times, and I think that we have him as fence required just because sometimes that behavior can be a little bit tricky, and if you don't have a fence and he darts while you're on leash, you never know what can happen. So for that reason, we do have a fence requirement for Ned, but he is just such a peach. Look at your little belly. That's a nice boy, Ned. You are so sweet. He is really just such a nice dog. I think he has more of an old soul than a young man soul. So if you're looking for a younger dog who is not as bounce off the walls crazy that maybe Ned will be your guy.